What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of you guys lately just regarding what's going on. I want to bring you a more in-depth look as to what we're seeing. We got some big news coming out from the IRS. I want to address that. We also have some news regarding some unemployment changes, some issues with unemployment. Obviously, we got the $1,400 stimulus checks that we need to go over as well. So let's get right into it. Now, first, before I bring you these couple big updates, first, all I ask is, can you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends and family on Facebook as well, because chances are the unemployment news in today's video is going to impact many of them. So it would really help them out as well. So let's get into it. First, according to the IRS and the Treasury, they stated today that another large batch of paper checks and prepaid debit cards will be sent out this week. That is good news, because the last time they mentioned paper checks and prepaid debit cards, they said 150,000 checks and prepaid debit cards were to go out. So right now, another large batch. Not really sure how big this is going to be, but hopefully this will be a pretty substantial amount, because a lot of people are still waiting for their $1,400 checks. Now, some are going to have to wait another couple weeks though, because the statement from the IRS and the Treasury a few weeks ago was, we sent out 150,000 paper checks and prepaid debit cards. That's great. Well, we didn't start hearing from people in the community that they received a paper check or prepaid debit card until later last week, which means it took about 2 weeks for them to arrive. So if they send these out this week, at the end of this week, which is today or tomorrow, that means we have another 2 weeks that we have to wait. Today is currently April 8th, so potentially you might have to wait until the 23rd of April before you even receive your paper or prepaid debit card. So as far as a stimulus check. We also know, this is a big one, that the IRS is still sending out millions and millions of checks through direct deposit. Many people should be starting to get their direct deposits through their Direct Express card. That is according to multiple statements today, is that yes, people should start seeing these. Some already said they started to receive them on Wednesday. That was yesterday, on April 7th. But if not, you could potentially be seeing these payments on April 14th. You can always check the IRS Get My Payment portal, and that should update you or at least fill you in on when to expect this payment. So be on the lookout for that. Now, this next piece of information is going to impact millions of people that filed for unemployment. Okay, so if you watch this next section of the video, but if you feel that this is going to be beneficial for your friends and family, I highly recommend you go and share this with them on Facebook. Also, again, if you can, hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the video. It will tell YouTube that yes, this is good information, this is a good video, you should share it with others. So here's what we know. The IRS is going to be sending out the unemployment income tax waiver rebates, this additional funding, the overpayment that people have already paid. Well, here's what we know. The IRS will be simply sending out these payments, for the received unemployment income as a rebate for the overpayment. This is going to happen in May. But here's the big issue. The IRS is going to do things a little bit differently. They're going to make things very simple, pretty much on themselves, Not for everyone else. It's going to be easy. You don't have to do an amended tax return. You don't have to go back to your whoever filed your taxes for you. You don't have to do any of that. Here's the issue. Here's the drawback. According to the IRS's website, and you can actually go to their website and read this exact same thing, the IRS is stating that those individuals that claimed an earned income tax credit will get all of their money back from the $10,000 or up to $10,200 in unemployment income that will be completely waived. That is good news. But if you didn't claim the earned income tax credit, let's say you made too much money, then the IRS will only send back the amount that the unemployment rebate will be. Probably thinking, well, That sounds like the same thing to me. Here's the difference, okay? And I actually talked to a friend of mine. She is an accountant, and she said this exact same thing. What this means is the IRS will not go into your return, and they will not change the earned income tax credit, which means you could potentially get more back if you got a little bit of a higher earned income tax credit. Okay, so what this means is, in pretty much simplest terms, is some people will need to file an amended tax return in order to get their full rebate. Okay, so the IRS is going to give you what you are owed because of the overpayment, or the amount that you are still owed because of this unemployment income tax waiver that the IRS, or actually that Congress passed on March 11th. But the IRS is not going to say who needs to do this. They're not going to tell you, oh, you could get more if you went and did an amended tax return. They're not going to say that, which means you will have to go back to your tax preparer and talk to them to see if you would get any more, which means you could actually pay money in order to go and talk to somebody that essentially is going to say, no, you don't get anything else. So again, it's a big headache, but that is what we know right now from the IRS. And that, again, it's a big problem. But the IRS is trying to do everything they can to limit what they are doing, because they still have to work on, the rest of the tax returns. They're still working on 2019 tax returns. They have, business taxes to do. They have quarterlies. And on top of that, they have to work on this child tax credit. So they got a lot of issues. And on top of that, we have other issues as well. Here's what we're hearing as of this afternoon. I addressed this earlier this morning as well, a little bit. But let's dive a little bit deeper. The restaurant industry as of right now is hurting badly. They need help. Many employers, this is according to multiple mainstream media outlets, CNN, Fox News, many are saying that a lot of employers are telling them that they can't get enough workers back unless they are giving an increase in pay. This is exactly what the employers are telling mainstream media, that their workers will not come back to work for them. This is in the restaurant industry. They will not come back unless the restaurant tells them, I will give you more money. And all this is due to the fact that President Biden and the Biden administration made it possible for workers to stay at home, collect their $300 per week in unemployment as a boost, collect their state unemployment benefits, and all of this, they do not have to do anything. They can stay at home and make more money staying at home than going back to work. And this is what a lot of restaurants are saying is making things so difficult. But now, should restaurant workers be paid more? Yes. Honestly, yes, they should. Because making much less than minimum wage and then requiring or hoping that people give you a tip to actually get you up to unemployment or up to the minimum wage, that's difficult. That's a difficult business. It's a difficult industry to be in. I know I couldn't do it. I don't know about you. But if you know anybody that works in the restaurant industry, that's a tough business to get into. Tough business to actually maintain, stay in, and provide for yourself and your family. Maybe buy a home, pay for a car, and things like that. But should employers, okay, this is the other question I have. Should employers be complaining if they are not going to give their employees a raise? Should the employer be complaining that, well, I can't get my employees back because all of them are asking for a raise? Well, this is very interesting because it's an interesting turn of events, because before it was, okay, you have to give your employees a raise. That's what Congress was saying. Now restaurants are saying, no, we have to give our employees a raise, because if not, they will not come back. Before it was, Congress says you have to give them a raise, but we're not going to do that. Now it's, all right, we're going to give them a raise because we need them to come back. We have to get them to come back to work, or else the business is just going to fall apart. So this right here is what is causing many lawmakers to work on getting higher wages into the next bill. This is what Bernie Sanders has been fighting for. Remember, Congress tried to pass this through a budget reconciliation in the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. However, it was stripped out at the last minute because we knew it wouldn't pass, because the Senate parliamentarian said no, it didn't meet the Senate's rules. Well, we still know people like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are fighting to try to introduce multiple tax hikes for the wealthy, to try to entice them to pay their employees a little bit more. But here's the issue. It's not just the large corporations, not just the billionaires, the Amazons, the Teslas that are making a lot of money. There's smaller businesses that make a decent amount of money as well. And these groups of people would not actually get an increase in pay, which means those people would most likely either leave that job to go work for a larger corporation that is paying a little bit more, like a Costco who pays over $16 per hour, or instead they'll just stay on unemployment for as long as they can, collect their state unemployment benefits, collect their $300 per week. They can also get, I believe they can get that subsidy. They don't have to pay for COBRA insurance. That is fully paid for through the United States government. So right now there's a lot of things like, why should I go back to work for you when I'm getting all these benefits over here and I don't have to risk catching COVID? Big issue. So right now, everything seems like it is completely rigged. It's just rigged. It's rigged for the rich to keep getting richer and the poor to get poorer. That's what we know. And it's not right. Something has to be done. Something has to be done, right? Now, there's a lot of things you can do to make more money. There's a lot of things you can do to stay poor. But it's the little decisions that you make. Now, one thing I can tell you, okay, I've told many people this before as well, is to get into the stock market. The stock market is not one of those things that should be scary. It's not scary. Okay, here's a cool thing. There's an app you can get on your phone. It's called Robinhood. You've probably heard of it. I've mentioned it multiple times before. Here's what you need to do. Okay, I'll put a link down in the description box below. It'll be the first link down in the description box below. You can go and sign up for Robinhood and you get one free stock. You get one free stock. Sign up. You connect your bank account. You don't even have to deposit any money. Okay, deposit $1 if you want to, and they will give you one free stock. The best part about this is you don't have to even spend your dollar. You can put 100, you can put 1,000, you can put $1 million in there if you want to, but get their free stock. Then wait a little bit. You can sell their stock. You can trade it for something else. You can pull your money out. I think after like a month, okay, you can pretty much get free money. Go and try it. Again, the rich keep getting richer, but this is one thing you can do right now to actually get a little bit of money. So go and try it out. Now, here's the big thing. Earlier today, I asked many people inside the community. In the video today, I asked, how long has it taken you to spend your $1,400? Or how long will it take you? Well, this is what many lawmakers are saying, is that the $1,400 was supposed to last Americans about 3 months. Okay. I personally predicted it would be tough to last even 2 months. All right. That was even a stretch. Well, many of you responded. Here's a few people and what they said. One person said, $1,400 didn't last a week for me. I paid some late bills and restocked my pantry, and that was it. So, didn't even last a week for one person. Another person said, this money helped out a lot, but as soon as I received it, I gave it to my landlord. So this person, my guess is, it was instantly. As soon as this person received it, they gave it to their landlord, it was gone. So let's say 1 day. So one person, 1 day, one person, 1 week. All right. And another single mother said, the $2,800 for my daughter and I went to 2 late car payments, rent, food, and school supplies. After that, it was all gone, and that only lasted a few days. So one person said it lasted, I'd just say 1 day. One person said it lasted 3 days. The other person said it lasted 1 week. So the average, 3 to 4 days. That is not good. And yet the government is saying it should last about 3 months. Somebody somewhere is not doing something right. My guess is the American people, these people, spent the money, they did things right. They paid for food, they paid for rent, they paid for car payments, they put food in the pantry, paid some late bills, bought school supplies, okay? And the money was gone. Now, let me know down in the comment section below, how long is it taking you to spend your $1,400? My guess is it's not going to take 3 months. You can spend it much faster, and you will most likely need to. So, the common consensus among people in the community and on Twitter and Facebook as well is that $1,400 was not enough. But one Democratic lawmaker asked, why, if we had all the power, why did we not pass a bill that included a $2,000 stimulus check? One person says, why did we only provide $1,400 when the previous administration gave the American people $1,800. So you have people saying that the Trump administration gave the American people $1,800. And us Democrats, who have all the power in the world to pass a bill, to pass large, meaningful stimulus, only passed $1,400. There's something wrong there. There's something very wrong there. And that's where, honestly, is going to have this forever mystery question. We will never know. Because why did Democrats not provide more? It's a big mystery, and nobody has an answer. Now, what I can tell you is this economy is starting to turn around. We're starting to turn things, back, starting to look a little bit better. A little bit better. Vaccines are getting out a little bit quicker. More people are starting to get them. Businesses are starting to open up. But just because things are looking a little bit better does not mean we're out of the woods, and does not mean that we don't have a long ways to go. We do. We have to continue this fight. So, as always, I will keep you updated on all the latest news and information. All I ask is consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated. Also, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.